Hello everybody, welcome to my accounting classes for this winter 2017. This video is to review very briefly the structure and the setup of our Canvas site for my classes. There will be two other videos that talk about other things that are related. For example, there's already a video here that I use for my fall classes, which still applies for this term, on how to register to use my accounting lab or my lab or MAL. That will be one. There will be another video that talks about the setup of the syllabus. And so it details more about what that is about and what you need to be highlighting and thinking about throughout the quarter. But this video is simply to just give you a nice and quick overview of our Canvas site for Accounting 1A and Accounting 1B. And they have similar setups in my Canvas site, so I will be going back and forth between the two, but generally it will be the same. As you can see, you're here in my initial home page for my Accounting 1B class. It will actually show you normally some notes right there that for the most part they will not change as much, maybe once a week, maybe every couple of weeks, but they're usually reminders, or if there's something important happening that I need you to focus very urgently on, I will place it there. There will also be a number of other things that I'll place in this section on the left side, such as this accounting career sway that allows you to sort of view some thoughts about careers in accounting. There's also, as I said before, the video on registering for MAL, but there will be maybe other things that I'll place here throughout the quarter, although it's not as important for you, once you're done with the orientation in the first week. What you will care more about is the modules on this side. I'll come back to this a little further, but let me just show you. If I go into the overall modules link, you will see that there's actually week 0 a module that has all the orientation stuff that you're already looking into at the moment with this video. And then there's going to be a module for each week, and it takes you through a sequence of tasks and activities. And then at the end, you will submit either a quiz or what I call reading check, RC10, 10 meaning the chapter number. So in this case, it will be quiz 10, graded in MAL. So when you click on this, once you register for MAL, you will be able to just navigate directly into the quiz inside of MAL. Now, I'll talk more a little about that part of this, a little bit of a little glitch that happened in the fall, and which is the reason I have this other link that says direct to MAL, and I'll explain that in a second. There's also a week 1 class participation posting thread. This is where you place your questions and maybe your responses to your classmates for any sort of discussion that relates to chapter 10 for this week number 1. And as you see, these two things, this one here and this one here, they both relate to items that are going to be graded and will become part of your final grade for the class. But this is week 1. Week 2 follows a similar approach, and again, there's some links to some content for the chapter. There's a week 2 class participation grade. There's also a homework 10. In this case, notice that the week 10, chapter 10 is covered over weeks 1 and 2. And so because we're starting out into the first week, with the orientation, I don't want to put that chapter, all of it, into one single week. So I just said, do the reading and the quiz for week 1, and for week 2, keep going in chapter 10 and work on your homework for that chapter. Again, the syllabus video will have more on this topic later. For week 3, as you can see, you've got both the reading check and the homework in the same week. And then you also have still the class participation posting for week number 3, and so on. So you follow the same sort of approach each 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 week. And there will be also a link here eventually for the exams themselves. So you keep going until you're done at the end of the quarter, and you end up with the submitting your project here, and you also get to go to your final assessment into MAL through this link. Once you're done, you are set and you're all done. Now that's the overall sort of setup of the modules. If you go into announcements now, this I suggest you actually go into every single day that you come in and attend the class, and I would suggest you do at least 3 times a week. Better yet if you do it every day, and because this is my only way to keep you informed as to what's going on in the class. This is basically essentially what I would do in a face-to-face class, standing in front of the classroom and tell you what's going on, changes, revisions, concerns, and so on and so on. So make sure you always refer to announcements first every time you log in and see what's going on, because you will sometimes people miss those announcements. Then they ask me questions about it because they've missed something, and then it's difficult to come back and make it up. So make sure you do go to announcements. The syllabus later, again, I will show you all the things you need to know about the class in terms of grades especially. Grades themselves here, this is your grade book. Now at the moment you actually you don't see anything. This is not your view. This is my view as an instructor. Your view will be different. In fact, let me do that. Let me just go into my view, into student view, so that you see what you would see, not what I would see. So I'm now in my student view, and if I go back to grades, this is what you would see. You would see that you have every single grade component is part of your grade here, and the scores will be placed here eventually, and that will actually build your overall grade on an ongoing basis throughout the quarter. Now keep in mind that this grade is not absolutely accurate, because as you see later in the syllabus, I do drop some scores in some areas, and so that dropping will happen at the end of the quarter, and so some of the items that get dropped changes the weights and it changes the composition of your final grade. So this will be a little different than what you see at the very end. So even though it is a little bit off, it still gives you a nice sort of approximation of where you stand in the class. So part of what you do eventually with your gradebook here is to always, if you see something in a score here that is not reflecting what you actually saw, let's say in my accounting lab or in the assignments that I graded manually and returned to you, then you let me know through inbox here. Do not email me. Use always inbox to keep me or to send me some questions. All right, with respect to chats we don't use in the class for lessons. We use it it's more of a social function for us as a class, but you could use it as well if you want to as a tool to collaborate on projects, or maybe help each other with homework and things like that. This is a nice way. It's a nice feature, but we don't use it for actual class. Going back to my lab now, eventually when you have already registered, you will be able to see more links here that will take you to certain parts of my accounting lab directly, or you can see all the assignments here. Let's see what happens if I do click on this. Right now, it's actually I'm still not registered as a student, so I wouldn't be able to go there at the moment. But once you do that yourselves, you will be able to go directly into my accounting lab, and I will show you how my accounting lab is set up in a different video as well. But here's the thing that relates to this other link here. These two links are similar. I mean, are related. This one is what you would use normally to initially register and to access my accounting lab sort of generally. Modules, that's where you go and you can access your actual graded items, such as the reading checks and the homeworks and the exams. They will be placed as links within each module. And so you should go through those links to access the actual graded components or the graded items for your grade. Now, here's the issue. At times, these links that are here in Canvas that take you to those assessments and those activities, or that homework and reading checks in my accounting lab, they break. So that's what happened in the fall a few times. So that linking is not completely working. At least that's what happened in the fall. So what I did, actually, I created a direct link for you to access MAL from outside of Canvas. So this will take you outside. You will log into MAL and then access those assessments at that point in time in that manner. And so once you're in MAL, that tool works perfectly. So the only issue that I'm referring to at the moment is that the modules, the links that take you directly to MAL from within Canvas, they are the ones that don't work at times. At least, again, that was in the fall. I think hopefully they fixed it up already. There are two more things here. NetTutor is a tutorial for different subjects, including accounting. Go there and let me know if that's been helpful to you throughout the quarter. There's also library links, the same kind of links that you would see if you go to the library page from the college website. So go there. These are just for you. There's nothing in these two items here that relate directly to our work in this class, but it may be helpful. It may be in the project. I would assume that some of these may be helpful. And that is all for now. I think that kind of covers it. Again, the setup for Accounting 1A would be very similar to this. I'm just going to go there at the moment just to show you. It's kind of the same thing. Here's the overall overview of the chapters on a weekly basis. So hopefully that is helpful to you. Enjoy.